Welcome to this Financial Requirements for Contracting training. The subject of this video covers the requirement of having a cost allocation method. Topics covered in this training will include looking at the various cost types and information about a cost allocation schedule. If your organization provides one service to the community and is funded by one source, your tracking needs are simple. All of your expenses benefit that one funding source and that one program, so they would all be charged directly. As soon as you add another program and/or another funding source, you will have to distinguish cost types and determine how to charge each of these programs and funding sources for the expenses that occur. Most expenses of your organization may be directly charged to and paid by Hennepin County. A portion of administrative costs for human resources, accounting, and management may be paid by Hennepin County. A direct cost is an expense whose benefit can be identified with a particular funding source and/or program. These costs can be 100% charged to that particular program and funding source. Indirect costs are costs or funding that cannot be directly tied to a specific program. These costs are often known as overhead and typically include things like management, facility expenses, and IT costs. Indirect costs are shared expenses. A shared cost is a direct cost that can be identified to specific programs. Some common shared costs include payroll, management, and general costs. An example of a shared cost is the salary of a staff member who works on two programs. Cost allocation is the process of identifying, aggregating, and splitting indirect or overhead costs among an organization's programs or funders. Indirect and shared costs, which are incurred for common or joint purposes, should be accumulated monthly in a cost center or department in the accounting system to obtain the total organization cost. At the end of each month, each of the line items in this generic cost center must be distributed as an expense to all appropriate programs or funding sources based on the predefined allocation method. Allocation of indirect costs and shared costs per cost reimbursement contract must be based on a specifically identified methodology which is verifiable and systematic. Some common allocation bases used to include full-time FTE or FTE equivalent, square footage, actual usage, a percentage of expenses, a percentage of revenues, or some other defined method. The cost basis must be reasonable and consistently applied. It is expected that any allocations that are done are supported with source documentation, including a cost allocation schedule. You can't guess or use budgeted amounts. The cost allocation schedule should outline the total organization cost, distribution of the costs, and allocation basis or method of calculating allocations, and will provide support for the decisions made for determining the Hennepin County program's share of those predefined costs. If you have questions or need more information, please reach out to your assigned Hennepin County contract manager. Thank you for your time.